Welcome, friends. Welcome to my hobby home. My name is Cathy. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am working on my disappearing 4-patch. This is our sew-along for the disappearing 4-patch. I really thought I would have it done by now, but guys, life took hold this week, and I didn't get any sewing done pretty much. Pretty much nothing got done. So, well, I did get this done. I got 2 more blocks done. So that means I only have 2 left. And I'm just going to get right on into it because tonight I'm only giving you guys an hour. That is with pressing and everything. I'm only doing an hour tonight. I'm needing to scale back my time a little bit. I realized today is Saturday. It is National Sew a Jelly Roll Day. I hope you were able to get a jelly roll quilt made. If not, there are plenty of them out on YouTube to check out. Some fabulous jelly rolls out there, y'all. I did get a jelly roll quilt completed, but if you watch that second video, you will see, yes, there was a second video yesterday on the jelly roll. You will see all kinds of confusion that I had on doing that quilt. I guess it was just that day. And I don't think it was just me because I did a live, well, no, it wasn't on the live. Tammy's live yesterday, Saturday. Something came up about bobbins. Well, let's see. My camera died. My bobbin ran out. My thread broke multiple times trying to sew that quilt. I sashed it wrong. Not the whole thing, just one piece. But that one piece was in the very center of my quilt. So I had to take the whole quilt apart. I had 2 sections of video that I had to discard. Well, one was discarded, one was caught in limbo somewhere. The one that had no sound was an hour and a half long, and that would have been in the first video. And the second one was 4 hours long. That would have been the second video and the only video after that. But it got caught in limbo, and I'm still seeing if I can retrieve the video. If I can retrieve the video, I will have it edited for you guys and put it out because, y'all, that was a very easy quilt. No marking, straight. Now, you know, as much as I messed up, it doesn't sound like it was straightforward, but it really was. It was really a straightforward pattern and perfect size. And I do have a picture of it in the second video. So if you want to know what it looks like, you can check out that second video. The second video is on less than 5 minutes long. So if you want to check that out, that's an easy video to check. It's not very long. But, you know, through all storms, there's a rainbow at the end. And my rainbow at the end was, that's a beautiful quilt. I do not have any throws at all for fall. I mean, not really that we need them because, you know, I'm in Louisiana. We really don't have any cold snap. Well, we have cooler temps, but nothing that warrants a quilt. The only way I get to have a quilt is if I cut my thermostat down, because we're still Yeah, we're still running the AC here at 70 degrees, so, because it is hot, hot. To me, it's hot. To everyone else, it may not be hot, but there's no reason to have temps in the 90s still. And yes, this is almost real time. I'm recording this on Saturday. You're getting it on Sunday. I really hoped to remedy that this week. It didn't get remedied at all. Like I said, life happened, and I didn't get ahead at all. And I was really hoping to, but I didn't. And I won't be able to tomorrow afternoon because I have a wedding shower, and I really need to take a day and just work on my house. I don't like working in my house, though, on Sundays. I don't like doing anything on Sundays. I will still record my updates for Monday night on Sunday. And I do that Sunday night just in case when I come in after lunch, if I'm able to sew something, I'd like to include that in my updates to let y'all know, hey, I got this done. But I don't always get something done on a Sunday. A lot of Sundays I try to rest, but that hadn't been happening a lot lately. Yeah, it seems most Sundays I end up playing catch up, trying to catch up everything. I don't like doing that. But my recording schedule and all that is about to change. I'm going to go back to where an hour is it. At an hour, I will stop. And what I get done, I get done. If I don't, I don't. Now, unless I'm doing something like cotton cuts, like a block of the month or something like that, that I will devote a little more time to if need be. But just like sewing on a quilt or something like that, like what I'm doing right now, an hour is good enough. An hour is long enough for me to be sitting down too, and because I need to get up after an hour and move around. And you guys need to do it also. After an hour, you need to get up and move around. Get that blood pumping. But I'm just thinking, after an hour, I'm good to go. I need to get up and move on to something else. Because it seems like here lately, I am not getting anything done. I'm not getting my house done. I'm not getting, like right now I think I told y'all in one of my other videos how many quilt tops I have to get done, to bind. I have 4 right now to bind. I have 2 to quilt and bind. And one of them is from Halloween last year. So, I got to get on the ball. I've got to get these things refocused, reorganized, where I can do it. And I'm really thinking that the latter part of this month, that's probably what I'm going to do, is try to focus on the finishes this month. But I will say that I was looking at the projects that I have done this year, and I think I've got like 10 or 11 projects done. It may be more than that. I think I have like 5 quilts done, and I had no idea I had that many done already. Not that I have that many. I think I have 3 of them. One of them is a gift that's just not given yet. But let's see, I have my Carnival. I have my Starly. Now, I think my Brave was from last year. So, I'm not going to count that one. But I have my Carnival, my Starly. I have the Exploding Hearts that I completed. I have the the Old Glory one that I have an Old Glory wall hanger, and I have a throw that it came out of a subscription box. I think it said Land That I Love or something like that on it. But it was an Old Glory line, so that was a throw. So I have those throws. But I have my Craftsman that I got done. I have my pressed flowers that I got done. And all I have to do on those two is bind them. And my sister and I are going out of town next weekend, and I may take one of them to try to hand bind. I don't know how that's going to work. I don't know. I may not do that. I know I'll take my cross stitching with me, but that's small and easy to take with me. And for those of y'all that haven't noticed yet, look, I'm not all up here all deranged trying to cut my fabrics. My sweet husband got me that. I guess he could say that was for our anniversary gift. I'm not very, well, I'm not going to say I'm not very expensive, because I am. But he got me that because I was talking about doing all the Creative Notions projects, and he's like, why? And I'm like, well, they have this Martelli roundabout, and I really didn't know what it was. And he's like, well, what is it? I said, well, I don't know, but I really want to get one of those rotary cutters. I'm like, they're supposed to be helpful for your wrist and your hands. Well, he knows that, you know, I suffered with my hands for so long, and they're not hurting now, but I can't hold a straight rotary cutter, I guess, normal. Because first off, I'm not going to stand up. I guess those are designed for you to stand up to cut with them. I'm not going to stand up. Not to cut stuff, not when my cutting thing is here. But I'm still focusing on that roundabout because I really need one of those. Because I had been thinking, how could I do that? How could I press on my table? Because the last time I was pressing on my table, I warped my cutting mat. But that's because I went from my cutting press board to just a wool mat. And y'all, that wool mat pulls that heat down towards the table, and it pulled it down to my mat and just warped my mat. It's warped right here between the 6 and the 10-inch mark on the right side of it. So but it's okay. I can still use it. I still use it. But I would like to get one of those sets. I need to add it to my wish list. And yeah, I'm really hoping I get to putting this one, you know, assembling this whole quilt, which I should be able to, because, you know, right now I'm doing my last disappearing 4-patch. I should be able to start assembling them tonight. And I'm saying tonight because it is almost 9 p.m. on Saturday evening. Talking about that makes me think about Christmas coming up really soon. I mean, yeah, it may only be September, but there's only October and November before the Christmas season is upon us. All year could be Christmas season for me. I'm perfectly fine with Christmas season all year long. Because Christmas season to me is not about giving gifts. So, just so you know, that's not what Christmas season is about. To me. To me, Christmas season is about family and friends and fellowshipping with one another. You know, having your closeness. I know it's coming a little too fast for my son. He is still looking for a job and has not heard anything. I don't know if his anticipation, what he anticipates is a little too much, or because he is just breaking out into the workforce. I don't know why he hasn't heard back, because I mean, most people, if you're military, they'll help you right on in, but he keeps getting told the position that he's gotten an email about a position, and they're like, well, this other position has to be filled before they can open this other position. Well, he just told him, he said, well, you can fill that position with me and just train me. Because it's dealing with a program that he's never dealt with before, I'm guessing. Which I know what program it is, and it's not that hard to learn. But I mean, you know, he's willing to go away for training and stuff, but he don't want to, I don't know that he wants to be too far off. He wants to be close to family because he does have a baby, and if something happens, you know, he wants to know that family is nearby to help out. But I can honestly, you know, see him what he's going through right now. And y'all know what this month is. I can honestly see why military soldiers have a high rate of what this month is about, because trying to get back into civilian lifestyle is hard. For him, I mean, he went straight out of high school to a very structured military, and he don't know how to do it without that structure. And now that he's not in the military, I mean, his wife ain't gonna boss him around like that. Something don't look right. Of course it don't look right. I put them on wrong. I'm talking and putting it on wrong. Well, but it's not the first time I've had to pull this out today, though, so. See if I can just get it in there and get it apart. I was wondering why these seams were not nesting, because like all the other ones have nested, and I thought, well, maybe I used the opposite, you know, turned it different direction. I did. I turned the whole thing in a different direction. Okay, now that I have these completed, all my blocks, it looks like they do have a border on this one out here. I'm just trying to figure out how they have it put together. It looks like all of the colored blocks are in the top right corner. And Looks like they have 4 of them. So I am going to, I'm going to see if I can do something other than all of them being green. I can always flip a, oh, that's the same one. Let's see if we can get some rows put together. We're in this at about 30 minutes right now. So I got about 30 more minutes to get some rows put together. This may go on into 1 more week for our sew along, guys. I think that would be great though, because I love working on this little quilt. Now, this quilt, these blocks should square up at 8 inches. This is a free pattern. I'm not giving out anything that I should not. The link up for this pattern is in the description, so please don't come at me. It is a free pattern. This information is already on the internet. So right now what I'm trying to do is get my rows, and it looks like it's 4 across and 4 down. So this is going to be a fairly small, I'm doing it for like a baby quilt. And we have these 3 seams that nest, and some of them do, some of them don't. Some of them just butt up to one another. I may be able to get a row or 2 done. I won't do any pressing until I have them all done. That way to try to get more done at a time. And if I get all of my rows done, and the only thing that's like delaying me is my pressing to put it together, yes, I will keep sewing a little bit longer. I'm not going to be too much of a stickler on that 1 hour, because, you know, if I only have maybe 10 or 15 more minutes into it, I'll stay a little bit longer. But I know that's what happened when I started having 2 and 3 hour long videos that I'd have to edit. I started out at an hour and just kept going. Okay, so that's our 4 strips for that one. And I'm just going to lay those over there because they will need to be pressed. So let's start. I want it to end with this one. Oh, I like this one. This would be a pretty one to start with. Let's just throw this one up in the middle. Well, y'all, it looks like I did enough squares to do 5 down. So it's going to be a longer quilt than it is wide. This is how wide the quilt is going to be. And it's going to be one more row longer down. So that'll be fun, fun, fun. I'm glad I did do that. But I do have a whole nother, charm pack over there that if I wanted to, I could make this one bigger, but I don't think I am. I think what I had originally decided was to do one with a pink Minky and one with a gray Minky for my grandbabies. And you know, they little old things anyway, so I'll just have to start keeping an eye out for Minky or Cuddle Soft to go on sale to get what I need. To do these two quilts. But I'm probably only going to get this one quilt done right now, and I'll probably do the other one later. And we are almost at an hour, and I think I am going to call it at an hour because I still have a whole nother row that I can do, and then I have to press, and then I can piece together, you know, the rows to the quilt. So I think what I'm going to do is once I get this row done, I'm going to call it. And we will just come back on this another day. And finish it up because I'm pretty certain one more session and this will be done. Because I will only have one more row to do. And I don't even think I'm going to finish this row. I think I'm going to stop it after this piece right here. Yeah, I'm going to stop it here because we are at an hour right now, and I got 3 pieces to this. Now, see, if you see this far off, look how beautiful that looks. And then when you get close up to it, you can see all the designs in that. It's beautiful, y'all. I really love this pattern. I can see making this quite a few times, actually. So, guys, thank you for joining me today. I hope you were able to get something sewed along with me. This is a sew along for the Disappearing 4-patch. You do not have to be doing the Disappearing 4-patch to do it. I do have a link down in the description for my Facebook group. If you would like to join my Facebook group, just go there and request to join the group. And I do have featured posts with each of my sew-alongs that are going on right now. I will do the other jelly roll quilt that I was doing that I started on the live with Donnell. I will probably do that as a sew-along also next week or this week, whichever you want to see it as, either Saturday or Sunday. The last session for the Disappearing 4-patch will either be on Saturday or Sunday, and the jelly roll quilt will be Saturday or Sunday. One of the days. Want to be one day, want to be the other day. So, guys, thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't yet, please give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. I do try to respond to each and every comment personally. And as always, until I see you again, I hope you have a very blessed day. Goodbye.